start. I'm going to start.
Okay.
I'm just going to allow anyone to answer that. I'm going to start. I think the Colts now, because of this, have jumped into that top tier in the AFC where they compete with Buffalo and Kansas City. He probably won't win. But we don't think Buffalo can compete with Kansas City either. So, but they'll be up in that tier, obviously, because Wentz sucked in Philly mainly because he does stink as a quarterback, but he had a really bad receiving core, injured O-line. Ertz never played 100%. He didn't handle the Hurts pick very well, and I think the coaching staff was horrendous. And when he goes to Indianapolis, great defense, top 3 defense in the NFL, top 5 O-line in the NFL, fantastic run game, great running back core, great guys to use, solid receiving core, Hilton, Pittman, etc. Much better coaching staff, and he's got really no QB competition. I think he's got.
Whoa!
What?
Whoa! What do you
Brissett?
You're disrespecting Jacoby Brissett?
Give me a break. He's got job security. He's got receiving core. He's got a team. I don't think Philip Rivers is that good. He can do more than Philip Rivers. I think Indianapolis got much better. I think this is a win-win for Indy, for Philly, for Wentz. This is a win-win for everyone. This is a perfect trade.
Yeah, and he's back with his
Frank Wright.
Frank Wright, but he was the OC when the Eagles were. He was the OC or quarterbacks coach. Which one? One of the two. Regardless, he was with Wentz and he worked with Wentz. So he gets his coach back and gets that familiarity. So I agree. I think this is very good move. I'm still not. I mean, we always say how terrible Wentz is, and throughout the season we said how trash he was. But I'm still not there with him yet, where I'm like, okay, this man needs to leave the NFL and join Johnny Manziel in the Arena Football Leagues. I'm not there yet with him yet. I still think he's super young. He's had a lot of injury-prone years, where he's missed a lot of time. Really hasn't played a playoff game, really. But he's brought Eagles teams to positions to be in the playoffs, but they were just led by Nick Foles because Wentz was injured. And before one of those injuries, he had an MVP season. So I think if he likes it in Indianapolis and starts to get a feel for it, I think he can get back to that level. Probably not MVP status, but who knows? I think he can be borderline Pro Bowl, which Pro Bowl really doesn't mean anything. But I think he can be up there. And then, like Nick mentioned with the defense, they were one of the best defenses in the league for the first half of the year. Kind of took a step back in the second half of the year, but that first half of the year, they were one of, if not the best defense in the NFL. So I think that they're looking really good for the future.
Yeah, I think I definitely agree. Like you said, we all were just Carson Wentz is terrible. Get this guy out of the league. Definitely not there yet, but he still needs to prove that he can get back to, like you said, at least that Pro Bowl level. Because of just because of how bad he was last year, he has something to prove this year.
Yeah, he needs to prove that he can't turn the ball over. That's the big thing with me with Carson Wentz. He can make really good throws. Yeah, I mean, he didn't have that bad of a season because, he probably would have if he played more games. But he has to prove that he can't make those poor decisions.
Consider his fumbles. That guy likes fumbling.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know.
But
go ahead.
The turnovers will go down, and that's because of the offensive line. Because, I mean, less pressures mean less fumbles. Interceptions will also decrease with better protection, but still, you can't blame every single interception on the offensive linemen and the receivers. There comes a point where you actually need to take some responsibility for throwing interceptions. So he still has, I think that obviously turnovers will go down, interceptions will go down, but he still needs to prove that he can limit the amount of turnovers and not rely on that top 5 defense to go out there every single drive and make a stop, because it's just not going to happen. It's an offensive heavy game. It's a lot of teams score at high rates, and Carson Wentz can't turn the ball over if he wants to compete with teams.